Hi, third grade. So I'm outside as I start my filming. And so I want to share with you some things that I'm noticing when I'm outside right now. So you'll see here, I've got my daffodils are coming up and they're in bloom. And they do it because the temperature changes. They know the temperature's changing. And I've got some other plants back here. And they're not going to bloom just yet. They do want it to be a little bit warmer. Okay, but they do notice that the temperatures are changing. Okay, so having temperatures change, the amount of rainfall, things like that, that affects plants and animals. Okay, so I want us to design an experiment to start looking at how worms might be affected by changes in the environment. So I'm also going to walk in this way because I also want to show my forsythia. I love my forsythia. I love this bright yellow all of a sudden popping up. And that's when I know spring has come. Spring has begun. So first we have to define environment, since I'm talking about environmental changes. So let's look at that definition right now. So an environment is the surrounding conditions, be it the soil, climate, or even other living things that influence a plant's or animal's characteristics and ability to survive. Okay, so I said we're going to do an experiment and we're going to use worms for our experiment. But first, we have to collect some worms. So you might be able to do this at home if you can find some at home. I'm going to show you some places you might find them. It is warm today. Today it's about 55. Of course, by the time you're filming this, I don't know if that's the same temperature. So I'm going to take a look under some rocks. Let's see. Nope, but I definitely see the lines of where worms might be. Yeah, again, I see some lines. Well, you know what? I know a place I will definitely find worms. My compost bin. Okay. So, looking in my compost bin. And sure enough, I don't see any right. Oh, yes, I do. I see them clinging to the wall. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'm going to try to zoom in here. Yep, there's two right there. Well, I have some on the other wall. Okay, but I usually have some right inside with this too, but I'm not going to reach in with my bare hand. I would definitely reach in with gloves. And I'm sure I have lots of worms in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, or what I'd like to do, is I will gather some worms and I want you guys to design the experiment. So I'll give you guidance, but I figured there's 3 different types of experiments that we could do. We can either test the changing temperatures to see if that affects the worms. We can set up an experiment that will test maybe like the amount of rainfall. Of course, it's not really going to rain on it per se, but we might have one side is dry and the other side's really wet. And I'm trying to think what else. We could do food. Okay, we can look at food and how animals might behave or react to either different types of food or maybe just where the food is. So I thought these would be like some cool experiments we might be able to try to set up. So there's 3 different ones. You don't have to do all 3, but I'm giving you that option. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to post all this. But for now, just a quick video just to talk about it. And we'll see where we go from here. All right, see you guys. Let's have fun with it.